I've brought it to 214 React here. Today we are looking at Futuremark Game Studios' Shattered Horizon. Now this game was made in 2009 and uses DirectX 10. For the time, it was absolutely amazing in terms of graphics and had some really unique gameplay, such as full degrees of movement in 0G space. It has a single player and a multiplayer element. We are going to be checking out the single player. I'm not even sure if the multiplayer works anymore. As far as I've read, there's a few multiplayer servers still going, but generally I very much doubt anyone is still going to be running servers on this, or if there's much support for it anymore. So we are just going to be checking out the single player, because mainly we're going to be looking at the graphics of this, because of course it's done by Futuremark, the people who did 3D Mark, so it's going to have top-notch graphics. So let's check out the settings. We've got the resolution at full 4K, we've got shadows and shaders at full, texture resolution at absolute full, 8x MSAA, full screen, VSync we got off, we've got ambient occlusion on, and post-processing on ultra. So of course the ambient occlusion will be old school SSAO and nothing new or advanced, but it should still look pretty good. So as you can see, the music is really good and the background's really cool here. Kind of reminds me of Titanfall's music a little bit. It's got very cool aesthetic, very cool music. Pretty cool that they made a game like this. The story is basically set in 2049 and it's to do with a greedy corporation overmining the moon and then causing a massive explosion on the moon that then causes it to shatter over the Earth, hence Shattered Horizon. There's no single player story to this, it's just skirmishes and battles either against bots or against other humans. And there is 8 maps on this and 4 types of game mode. We have battle mode, we have 2 teams compete to capture control points and dominate the map, and you have to defend your own while attacking the enemies. Assault is a turn-based control point capture game. Teams take turns attacking and defending. Control points cannot be recaptured. Control points cannot be recaptured by the defending team once lost. The attacking team must capture all control points in order to win the round. Skirmish is a team deathmatch game mode. At the end of the round, the final score determines the winning team. So yeah, fairly basic game modes, but they work pretty well. But I'm going to be mainly checking out Skirmish. We've got 4 bots here. Game time 15 minutes, difficulty easy. So let's dive in on flip side. We'll check out all the maps just to check out the graphics. Soundtrack to this is really good. Looks like it was composed by someone called Markus Karlunen. Let's see what else they've done. Looks like he's composed and produced music for games such as Max Payne 2, Alan Wake, and Shattered Horizon. And it looks like he was part of producing Poets of the Fall music, who I believe did the credits music for 3D Mark 2005's demo. So, let's dive in. Oh, so it's got these really nice looking space guns, like two-tone, white-black, really, really nice. Similar to what they have in Call of Duty Ghosts. Looks like the mouse is in the middle of the screen there for some reason. It's quite frustrating. There we go. Oh no, it's back. I don't know why that's there. Very distracting. I may reboot the game and see if we can get rid of that. Okie dokie. So we have rebooted and we've got rid of the mouse in the middle of the screen. Now this looks really good. I mean, you can tell it's kind of older game, obviously. Some of the lower res textures and some of the sort of normal mapping there is very much of the 2000s, but it still looks really good. And looks like we're getting about 60 FPS here. I'm not sure why it's locked at 60. Maybe that's just what the game engine could hit at maximum, because we do have VSync off and my screen's refresh rate is 98 Hz, so the really cool thing is the sound emulation that is enabled when you load up, because obviously sound does not travel in the void of space, so the computer systems on board the suit kind of emulate the sound, which is really cool. Nice little touch. And of course you have the Pip-Boy sort of ARM computer, which is also a bit like the computer in GoldenEye. Just need to adjust the mouse sensitivity just a little bit, because It's a bit too high. And it also doesn't look like there's any option to adjust the FOV, because the FOV is a little bit lower than I'd usually like, but I think we can deal with it. Feels like it's at about 90, maybe a bit less. The sound of the breathing through the suit, sounds on the outside. It all really perfectly captures the feel of being in space. Kind of reminds me of The Expanse as well. I mean, the music and the kind of aesthetic of it, it really does feel like it was a few years ahead of its time. Yeah, sound simulation active. That's so cool. I like attention to detail like that. And as I say, the two-tone guns look so amazing. Space guns. I do wonder how much muzzle flash you would see from a gun in space, though. God, yeah, just look at the art style of this as well. There you go, the shattered moon. It looks so cool. And of course, given that it's designed by Futuremark, the graphics were very, very far ahead of their time. And this was very difficult to run back in the day. And therefore, still holds up quite nicely today. Not to mention it's relatively simple being in space and with, yeah, rocks and stuff around and bases. Oh my god, who is hitting me? Oh, micrometeorite. Oh my god. So I guess that's if you go too far out. Yeah, there's no frame rate limit as far as I can see. So we are pretty much maxed out at 60. Ah, you can go through iron sights. It's the middle mouse button. So you can sort of still see the old school sort of textures there. They look a little bit muddy. A bit pre-PBR sort of stuff. But still really, really nice. So let's check out the controls. Align to surface, silent running, can roll, silent running. So I think you shut down a lot of systems when you go into silent running. Oh, cool. So silent running, you turn off all the sound simulation. Just hear the heartbeat and the breathing and the dull noise through the gun when you fire, but you can't hear anyone else's bullets or anything. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Now that's atmosphere. Wow. Because, yeah, silent running, you've shut off to minimal power, so even the red dot switches off. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, God, I've been hit by some sort of EMP. Railgun. Oh, look at those shimmering textures there. They look weird, don't they? Is that a lack of mip mapping? I think it is. Yeah, it looks like texture oversampling. Oh, man, I think RTX HDR is being applied to this. So the colours are really, really deep. When the muzzle flash goes off, it's quite bright. Oh, damn. Right, let's see if I respawn with the, here we go. Look at that! Oh man, that's so funny. Yeah, some of those textures do not hold up. Look at that. Wow, that is a old school muddy texture. That is brilliant. That's, oh my god, this is hard to aim. This is really hard to aim. I think this we have to fix to a surface with F. There we go. You see, what would be good is if they were to make a single player game out of this, but more of a horror. Kind of like Hollow Moon for Unreal Tournament 2004, that mod. Oh my god, this... Whoa! Okay, yeah, the recoil on that is crazy. Let's see if we can... Whoa! Fix the surface here. Look at that old school shadow. I think that's the PCF shadows as seen in 3D Mark 2005, 2006 and Vantage. Kind of like weird shadow stippling. Just trying to find someone to snipe. So the gameplay is so unique with the full degrees of movement. Got him. Oh yeah. Let's see what other guns we got. Got the machine gun. That's some really nice normal mapping there though. Oh, this mid to late 2000s normal mapping. So good. Look at that lens flare from the sun. So cool. Oh yes, no scope. Let's check out the machine gun. Oh my god, it's so late 2000s. Those textures. Look at that muzzle flash. Oh, look at the earth there. That looks cool. Kind of reminds me of Facing Worlds from Unreal Tournament as well. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so strange. Whoa, okay, what was that? See what other weapons we got. The submachine gun. We'll get that on next spawn. This is also where HDR was well adopted pretty much into games, so the HDR is really good, really high dynamic range between the light and dark areas. Really works well with the sunlight and the shadow, and also the bloom isn't excessive. It's come a long way. It was the right time to make it as well. If they made it too much earlier in the 2003 era, it wouldn't have really worked. So to make it in the sort of post-Vantage era with the level of graphics makes a lot of sense. So let's check out some Assault on the ISS. Let's go for the MMC again. Submachine gun, deploy. Okay, this is the ISS that's been impacted by a whole load of bits from the moon. Again, there's some very noughties texturing there. Brilliant. Oh, here we go, the solar panels. Oh wow, this gun is brutal. This is so cool. It's a shame it would have been predominantly overlooked at the time, because there would have been Modern Warfare 2 out of the time, which would have just eclipsed pretty much every other FPS. Oh, look at that. That's a cool effect for the solar panels. Check out the shotgun. I like how kind of utilitarian the guns are. Nothing too flash or fancy about them. Just enough that you could imagine you'd actually use them in space. Versatile, rugged, and looks like they'd easily be maintainable. So again, another good attention to detail. Oh boy, let's see if we're going to latch to this. Again, really nice surfaces, but not entirely looking realistic. Still looks really good though. The guy's got an axe in one hand. Fairly decent reloads. Nice animations. Let's go silent running. Silent running is so creepy. So claustrophobic. That's why it'd be perfect to make a horror game with this engine and this style. Just the heartbeat, the breathing, no sound on the outside. Like if you had to board a ship like this and there was something spooky in the ship, that would be awesome. Oh, that's so cool. The flip round. Latching onto a surface. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm gonna go check out the next map and then play as the opposing team and see what the difference is in their weapons and stuff. and then I'm going to see if there's an INI file to change the FOV. So it doesn't look like there's a FOV adjustment in the settings under App Data Local Futuremark Shattered Horizon sh.settings, unfortunately. VSync mode 1, full screen true. Don't know whether that means VSync's on or off, but I imagine it means it's off. There's one thing here I found though, advanced Physx mode, that I can't seem to find anything about online. So what I'm going to do is just switch that on and see what happens. Let's dive back in. Yeah, I couldn't see the advanced Physx mode anywhere in the settings here. So guessing it is purely a hidden setting thing. Let's dive in and see what happens. Let's go to Moondust. Let's chuck it on battle. Yeah, by the looks of it, there weren't any centralized servers here. So yeah, I imagine there may still be people hosting their own servers, which is good. Without centralized servers means they can't really ever shut it down. I suppose they would have done by now. So you can still play either offline against bots, or if someone's running their own server, you can play online with someone. Let's see what happens with the advanced Physx. Oh, the movement definitely feels a bit heavier. Yeah, I'm assuming that either uses Physx or just really enhances the overall physics on the CPU. And the reason why that would have been hidden behind a hidden settings file, because it would have been very heavy on hardware of the time. But it does appear to make the physics of moving around feel a bit different. Let's go into silent mode. Yeah, definitely the character feels a lot more difficult to move around. See if I can latch to the surface. Oh, those old school textures. This is so cool. Being able to latch on like this and walk around almost like a ground-based FPS, and then have the ability to fly up and boost around with the thrusters. Sounds like there's even the simulation of an echo within here. Also trying to see there whether there's anisotropic filtering. I don't think there is. Yeah, because those textures get a little bit blurry there. It looks like 4 times anisotropic filtering. So you could probably force full 16 times through the drivers. But it's odd they don't have the setting, because in 3D Marks they actually have the full ability to switch the anisotropic filtering around. Unfortunately, this was quite the era of where the graphical settings on games were severely reduced, to the point where some games would just have like 1 bar, low, medium, high for all your graphical settings. So this is really cool, but I guess because of the nature of it being quite slow paced and a bit clunky perhaps, that's probably why it didn't take off at the time. I can imagine now, or maybe even in the future, a game like this coming out and it might be being a bit more popular. Yeah, there's some mining equipment there. Bit like the mining equipment on Total Recall. Oh, look at that lovely bloom again. It's where bloom and HDR settled down a bit, so it's a bit more subtly used. There's the pistol. There's the launcher. And then V, yeah, swings the axe. Nice. It's a very Quake 4 looking pistol here. Get a look at some of these bullet holes. I thought they may be parallax occlusion mapped bullet holes. Man, this game is awesome. Oh man, it's so creepy. Some of the noises you hear being simulated by the suit, and they sound creepy as anything. So even with the sound simulation on, creepy. Ooh, this is great. Like I said, this would make a fantastic engine to build a horror game on. Space horror. Oh, that is insanely cool. Alright, let's check out another level and check out the other faction. The only other thing I've noticed is at 4K the UI does not scale. Interestingly, it wasn't built with ultra high resolutions in mind, but it looks like either side has the same weapons. It just changes the color of your suit, basically. Oh, that blue lighting. on the two-tone gun there. My god, that looks good. Oh man, that looks incredible. That looks absolutely incredible. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's a shame they don't let you just float right out into space. But I suppose you'd just be out there forever. So yeah, I suppose they have to do the Battlefield style, killing you outside of the combat zone thing. Oh, whoops. So cool, the bodies ragdolling through space. Yeah, it really is like The Expanse, or that even newer hard sci-fi that's out. Can't remember the name of it. It reminds me of that. Again, ahead of its time. Silent mode is awesome. Got him. So this map is just along the sort of belt that's formed here from the parts of the moon. Hello, is this a ship? That's a very nice ship. Look at that. Oh, it's like the... Oh, it's like the spaceship from Star Trek Enterprise. Or Picard Season 2. Oh, that is such a cool design. Look at that. Nice and sleek. Where's the real spaceships like that? Come on, where are they? Alrighty, let's check out the next map. And the next map is Searchlight. So I'm guessing the arc means the arc of parts of the shattered moon that go around the Earth. That's so cool. I'm going to chuck a lot of links about information about this game in the description to go check those out. Oh, now this is really creepy. So where's the Earth? Must be hidden behind this. Oh no, there it is. This is quite far away. Okay, so we're close. Ah, yeah, we're actually at the moon. Wow, look at that. I wonder if that scale is right, though, because you can sort of see parallax of the moon moving as we move left and right. Feels like at this distance from the moon and the size of the moon, you wouldn't see any parallax movement like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Some sort of abandoned station here. This one with the sun being occluded. It's got kind of darker feel to it. Oh, the ambience on that. Ho, 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 ho. I suppose there's only a limit to what you can do with the map design because there's so much open space. If you were to do a sequel, you could do a lot more with the inner areas here, like being able to open airlocks and go inside ships and stuff. There's already a bit of that. We can kind of go in these areas. You kind of attach to a surface here. Again, a full single player mode, a campaign would have been awesome. Man, that'd be really cool for Futuremark to come out with a sequel to this. With a full campaign with aliens. Love the guns floating around. Oh, that's awesome. You can definitely see the old school faults of the screen space ambient occlusion there. Sort of overshadowing behind characters and objects. Every now and then there's a bit of a frame rate dip as well. I'm not sure why that is. So the next map is 10 star. Looks like the mouse has become a bit off. It looks like it's clicking below where it should be. That's very strange. It seems when you alt-tab out, weird stuff happens, because I'm alt-tabbing out to adjust OBS and stuff. Going for the railgun again. You see, look, the movement of the moon there doesn't seem right. The moon seems too small. I may try and find a map with Earth on it and see if that has parallax movement on it as well. Oh, look at that. So the only thing really giving away that it's an older game at the moment is the gun and the textures on it. Damn, this gun is tough to use. Maybe just because of the recoil on it. Oh, look at these old school textures here. Look at that. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's snipe this guy. God, the recoil. Come on, come on. Damn, that should have been a direct hit. Oh my god. It's pistol time. Got it. So any of the bullets that disappear off into space when you miss someone, like shooting out here, would those bullets just go on forever? Yeah, let's check out the next map. So it looks like there's different grenades you can do here. Ice grenade, EMP grenade, MPR grenade, flare, decoy, pulse. It's going to be time to try some of those grenades out. Let's go into the map slingshot. So I'm pressing 1, 2, 3, 4. No indication that I'm switching grenades, but press 1, fire off grenade. There we go, yep. Ice grenade. EMP. Explosive. Wow, look at that. There's your flare. Oh, that looks cool. Oh. And that is some sort of... What is that? Decoy grenade. So you can roll with Z and X. Let's go for 6. Fire a pulse grenade. Very cool. Try and hit someone with an ice grenade at some point. Whoa, whoa. Now this looks amazing. Look at this. Again, just the right amount of sort of volumetric effects and lighting, post-processing, HDR, without being too over the top. Getting a really nice, accurate view of what it would probably be like to be in space. Luckily there's the classic sort of 3D sphere radar to help you navigate and find enemies. The only thing missing really is blood. I don't think there's any blood. It would be cool to see 0G blood spilling out from the enemy. See if we can get someone with an ice grenade. Oh, got him! Oh, man. Iced him. That's cool. I'm guessing the closest to this I can think of would be the 0G bit in the spaceship from Crisis 1. Looks like we have one map left, which is Deadeye. Kind of like how the background color changes on that menu as well. Like I said, very cool aesthetic. Oh, wow, look at that. That normal mapping on the moon there. Oh, how cool is that? Yes, looks like the remains of a satellite dish. Some sort of communication device. I think I saw the hint at the loading screen that it was a communication device. It reminds me of that scene from First Contact. That's awesome. Don't look at the stars. Keep your eyes on the hull. Look at that, the classic shadow behind the gun. The old school screen space ambient occlusion. Yeah, you could do it modern day with ray tracing. And this would look, oh my god, how good would a sequel to this look? Come on, Futuremark or UL, whatever they're called now. So I think this game was about 20 quid back in the day. I don't know if it's still available to purchase on Steam. Let's have a look. Because I bought it years ago, so I've still got it on my account. I don't know whether they still sell it anymore. It's not available for download on the site like all the other benchmarks are. Yeah, I'm just looking on the store. It doesn't look like it's available anymore. So if you didn't buy it back in the day, I don't think you'd be able to play it now. It's really unfortunate. They should put it on the website, because technically it's not a benchmark, but still it's so old that they should just give it away. And maybe it would get enough attention to garner a sequel. So there we go, that's pretty much all the maps, like I said. It'd be really cool to have a sequel with more detailed maps. I imagine that the map's quite simple because of all the open space, but also the limited computing power and memory of the time. Possibly. Probably do a lot more complex stuff now. But yeah, let's try and find a map that has a close-up of Earth, and let's see if there's parallax movement of the Earth similar to the moon there. So the good thing is you can turn all the bots to 0, as well as the game time all the way up to 60 minutes, but you can't tell it all the way down to 0, i.e. infinite game time. But it does mean you can, with all the bots switched off, just mess around in the atmosphere of the game, which is very, very cool. Here we go. Right, so you see the Earth turning, which looks like it might be turning a bit too quickly. I'm not sure though, I'm not sure. Would it be turning that quickly? Yeah, look at the parallax movement. Look at the movement of the Earth as I move around. Yeah. So it's turning way too fast. And you can kind of see the movement relative to where I'm moving. The Earth is so big that it wouldn't move like that, I don't think. Like, you wouldn't notice it moving as you move through space because it's so huge. So it looks like the scale is off on the Earth and the Moon. Could be wrong though, let me know if I am. It looks like you're way too close to it. Oh, that's such a strange effect. Yeah, and it could have just been a limitation of the time or something, I'm not sure. See, the Moon is part of the skybox there, so there's no parallax movement on it. Oh, look at that, just looking down. Oh, that's so cool. The scale's wrong and I think it's turning way too fast, but that is cool. And then we switch off the sound simulation. Oh, that's so good. So that is Shattered Horizon, Futuremark Game Studios' first and I believe only game. Really would like them to make a sequel to this. This is awesome. Like I say, you could use a much more advanced game engine now. Have ray tracing, get the same music producer back, the full campaign, really cool multiplayer. It just feels like it was way ahead of its time. Because I think, yeah, the TV show For All Mankind, you know, hard sci-fi, The Expanse, would be perfect time to do this. Links will be in the description for more information. Stay tuned for next week where we should be looking at 3D Mark 11, which will be Futuremark's first DirectX 11 benchmark. Do leave a comment, let me know what you think. Have you ever played this game before? Leave a like, subscribe for more videos. There should be a video every week on video games or tech. Hope everyone's staying safe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.